My dad started this dream, about 20 years ago, and people had kind of influenced to him saying, hey, come out to Temecula, you could look for an opportunity out here. We were actually looking for a motel here in wine country, but ended up not working out, but one door shut and another door open, and my dad, his wheels turned and he had this bright idea, let's get into the wine business, let's look at some vineyards and look at some land and maybe we can learn this. And we fast forward 20 years, we finally found a piece of land that worked for us in 2010. And it was just a raw 20 acres. Over time, in the past 10 years, we've been able to develop this property, put the vineyards in, learn the business, learn the winemaking, and live on his dream that he had set out for us 20 years ago. And it's just something that I've grown a huge passion for, to create a brand with respect. Temecula is a special place. It's just a big diamond in the rough right now. It's a growing market, and a lot of tourism is coming out here, a lot of new housing communities, people moving here. Within a 2-hour drive, there's about 23 million people. We're like that perfect weekend getaway. It's kind of that perfect place and that melting pot to come to. When you come to our property, you're gonna find our tasting lounge in the middle of our vineyards. We've kind of carved it out to encompass it, so everywhere you look, you can see our beautiful views and our rolling hills of vineyards. Inside is a tasting lounge environment with beautiful decor, knowledgeable staff and servers. You can do a seated tasting, or you can just hang out at the bar and do a tasting up there. You'll see me, my parents, or my wife always out here and greeting guests. So as of right now, we just finished our tasting lounge and production facility. For the future, we'll be building a bed and breakfast, 40-room resort. It'll have pool, cabana, spa, and a little restaurant in there. And hopefully we can have a little bit of a wedding venue and an entertainment spot for larger parties. Everything we have here is grown on our estate currently. We offer a Sauvignon Blanc, and we have now just introduced in our winemaking program a sparkling Sauvignon Blanc, which we'll see in the next couple of years. We offer a rosé from our Zinfandel, and again, we'll be doing a sparkling version of that. So we're very excited for the sparkling programs coming out, which we'll see over the next couple of years as we're doing Method Champenois. We have our Zinfandel, our Cabernet Sauvignon, our Petit Syrah, and then we make a beautiful red blend from all 3 of our red estate varietals, which is Cab, Zin, and Petit. And we've started growing Cabernet Franc, so in the next couple of years, we'll be seeing a Cab Franc varietal, and as well, we'll be adding it into some of our blends. So all of our wine is made here in our facility. We've dedicated half of our tasting lounge to a production facility where we do all of our barrel storage. All of our harvesting and crushing goes on right in the back, and all of our fermentation, we have 9 tanks that are lined up in the back that we can do all of our cold sedimentation, fermentation, maceration, and A to Z, it doesn't leave our property anymore.
My winemaking philosophy is very simple. It's always respecting the vineyard. It's always respecting the varietal, because I want the varietal to stand out for what it is. And I pass that along in the winemaking, and the way I do things is just guiding and directing the varietal in the direction that I think is best to succeed and to survive through the aging potential of the wine.
This year's harvest was amazing. We had beautiful weather through the dormancy stages of the vineyard, and after that they just took off beautifully. We've had nice cool climate, but a good amount of sun coming out to get those grapes just perfect.
We had a pretty cold winter towards the beginning of the year, and a very, very nice and cold spring as well. It allowed the plant to slowly come up and wake up. We didn't have any drastic changes of weather, even through the flowering season or anything like that. So throughout the season has been spectacular, to the point that the people that are local residents here, I mean, we talk about it and we're talking about like this hasn't happened in so many years, like this type of weather.
So harvest to us is super special. It's once a year, and every year you're kind of working for the entire year for that one time of the season. We usually have a little bit of a gathering before, and then we invite all of our friends and family to come out, and we do a little bit of harvesting together, and it's kind of the kickoff, but it's that kind of satisfying moment when you've worked so hard throughout the entire year and you get to harvest the fruits of your labor, and then you get to go and start processing your wine for the year, and seeing how great the fruit is that year is always an amazing feeling. So everything when we harvest is also hand-picked. So myself will be helping out with that. I'm usually doing the quality control on the tractors, and all of our guys in the vineyard are using shears and hand-picking every single varietal and making sure that we're getting the best fruit out of it and not taking anything that's bad. The next morning, we'll start the process. We'll dump all the fruit into our hopper. The elevator will take it up and then put it into our crusher and destemmer, where we're going to remove the berries from the grapes, and then we get rid of all the leaves, the stems, the jacks, the seeds, and it goes into our pump, and depending on the varietal, we'll go into our press or we'll go into our tanks to start maceration. And then from then on, we'll start our fermentation and then either bottling, or we will be putting into barrels for the next 18 to 22 months. So this was definitely a dream of my dad's, and to help envision that dream and put it together, he actually bought a painting of a vineyard in 2001 and put it up in our living room. And that's kind of what we stared at every day to help us get to his dream and his goals, because he's a big believer in law of attraction. If you look at it, you believe it, and you see it, it'll come with hard work and envisioning it. And that's kind of what brought us to this point, is that painting. It was very, very monumental for us. It still hangs in our parents' living room till this day, and just a reminder of the vision and how we can get to where we are now.